page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Bulldog Sports Page is brought to you by Kaufman and Lynn Injury Attorneys. Jeff Kaufman will join us next hour, by the way, for Law and Disorder. If you got a question you want to text in, we'll accommodate you with those. Welcome back, Bulldog.
Just in time to celebrate my Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals. It happened on Saturday night. We took the Rangers out 2-1, took them out in 6 games, and now we get ready for the matchup against the Edmonton Oilers, who beat Dallas last night. So Edmonton is in the Stanley Cup Final against Florida. Is this the year, Lynch, that my Panthers finally win it? I think this is their third. Yeah, it is their third trip to the Stanley Cup Finals. Of course, they got there last year, lost to Vegas in the final. They got there in 1996, where they lost to the Colorado Avalanche, and this is the year they do it. They're gonna win this one in a gentleman's sweep. I think 5 games.
Well, you've got the storied Edmonton Oilers and the aura of the Gretzky era. Yeah,
man, what a comeback story they've had this year.
Yeah.
They were left for dead, fired their coach earlier in the season after I think they were 3-9 to start the season, and then they've been the hottest team in the league over the last, quarter of the season. And now, boom, they're in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Did you, Bulldog, on Saturday night, did you catch when they were interviewing in between period or during the in-game interviews with the Rangers coach, the kid who looked like he was probably a third grader with his shirt off, trolling the coach?
No, I didn't see that.
this little guy, he's got his shirt off. He's flexing like behind the coach.
Oh, that's great. You know what? That's amazing. And then how funny again, and you guys remember pointing this out a few years back, that Florida, again, it's like Canadians must just sit there and go, what is it with these Florida teams?
5 years in a row, a Florida team represented now in the Stanley Cup Finals.
It's crazy.
Yeah. 3. The Lightning have gone 3 times, and the Panthers have gone 2 in the last 5 years.
There you go.
Dominating the Eastern Conference.
Your Panthers. You can't just say the Panthers, remember. You said my Panthers like 15 times. So,
you know who was dominating, or who was not, or who was dominating yesterday until the final lap of the NASCAR race? Ryan Blaney's like dominating the race. He's ahead. Looks like he's going to cruise to a win, and then car starts coughing. He runs out of gas, and Austin Cindric ends up winning.
The worst part is nobody had any clue that fuel was even an issue. He was like, after the race, he almost felt bad for the guy. He was like, I don't know what to say.
Well, I don't feel too bad for him. He did win the championship last year. Yeah. And he'll probably be competing for it again this year.
And then
By the way, your boy Kyle Busch just wrecking Kyle Larson
what?
Well in that race.
I think it might have been the other way around, dog.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, okay. How about Christopher Bell, though? He's going back and forth with Blaney, and then his car conks out there towards the end. And Cindric just happened to be, in the right place at the right time with two of those.
Cindric even said after the race, he said, hey, I had the third best car, but the other two conked out in front of me.
Right.
So I ended up winning the race.
Good Lord.
What else we got from the sports weekend? Caitlin Clark controversy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw this. She got fouled really hard. What was that? Friday night or Saturday night?
I think that was Friday night, and there was no reason for that foul either.
No, they were inbounding the ball, and this a player from Chicago, Kennedy Carter, just comes up behind her and gives her a shoulder to the back, knocks her down. And so, people are wondering, and the coach of Indiana is like, why is everybody fouling her so hard?
And why does
it's almost like they're jealous.
It does. It comes through that way and comes off that way.
It's not.
Yeah, they need to realize that she's the meal ticket. Okay,
yeah,
don't hurt her,
guys. It's not hate on Kate. It's Kate the Great. Okay, those broads need to get it. Those women, need to get it straight. It's Kate the Great. You're right. She is their meal ticket. Hey, I know Kate's awesome and all that, Caitlin, but
she wasn't awesome last night.
No, she only had 3 points.
Yeah, well, she took one in the back the night before, a couple nights. Anyway, how did you supersede the FSU UCF game? Come on, dude.
Yeah, UCF gets knocked out of the NCAA tournament last night. The regional. Wow, what a bad inning they had. They had 9 runs FSU scored in the bottom of the 5th inning. They end up beating UCF 12-4. Still a great season for UCF under first-year coach Rich Wallace. They weren't even expected to get to a regional. They got to the regional. They get knocked out by FSU. So FSU lives on. They will go to a super regional now. The Gators, by the way, stay alive in their regional. They beat Oklahoma State. The Gators have had a mediocre season. A lot of people didn't think they would get to a regional. They got to a regional, and now they're playing in the final again today against Oklahoma State, the team they beat yesterday. And speaking of the Gators, what about the Gators softball team? They advance into the College World Series semifinals. They'll play Oklahoma in the semifinal today. Oklahoma, of course, 3-time defending champions, and the Gators have to beat them twice today to get into the championship series.
Brandon McManus.
Yeah, he gets cut by the Washington Commanders after that 2 flight attendants when he was playing for the Jags. They were flying over to London. They accused him of sexual assault. I guess he was groping them and all of this other stuff. So he gets cut by the Washington Commanders, of course, who've had their history of sexual harassment under Daniel Snyder, the former owner. So they cut Brandon McManus, who's a really good kicker, but boom, he's gone. Also, did you see this story? We were just talking about college baseball. Were you following this Birmingham Southern story?
Yeah, the school that was shut down for financial reasons, but the ball team played on and damn near advanced.
Yeah, they were the team without a school because their school shut down Friday. They're in the Division III College World Series as their school is shutting down. Sadly, though, they lost yesterday 11-10. But what a great story that was. People were rallying around this tiny little liberal arts team that got, that the school got shut down for financial reasons, and they were still playing in the Division III College World Series. It was a great story.
Is it true they were selling off the baseball equipment in the parking lot after the...
I don't know. They should have. Huh? A little paraphernalia, a little memorabilia.
Hey, dog, are we going to see you out at Camping World Stadium tonight for the Stones?
The Stones are tonight, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. No, I won't be there. You guys are going to be there?
We are.
Yeah.
We're going.
I don't have a ticket, so if you guys get me a ticket, I'll go.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get right on that.
That's last minute if I've ever heard
You can't always get what you want, dog.
But sometimes you get what you need.
The sports page brought to you by Kaufman and Lind.
Listen to Under Oath with attorney Jeff Kaufman every Saturday morning, 7:30 on FM 96.9 The Game. You can catch extended versions of Under Oath by searching for Under Oath with Jeff Kaufman on your favorite streaming platform. Oh, oh.
Lynch and Taco. Demand. Download the iHeartRadio app.